I wouldn't move if I were you. My Life as a Teenage Robot is coming up next, right here on Nicktoons. Stay right there. My Life as a Teenage Robot is coming back for more. Another episode is up next, right here on Nicktoons. Don't move. Jimmy Neutron's up next, right here on Nicktoons. We're going back to the lab for more inventions. Another episode of Jimmy Neutron's next, right here on Nicktoons. It's ninja time. Big green action is on the way with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Up next on Nicktoons. Don't go anywhere. More turtle power is on the way with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Up next on Nicktoons. Coming up, an animation celebration. Random Cartoons is next, right here on Nicktoons. Stick around and get even more random. Another episode of Random Cartoons is up next, right here on Nicktoons. Monsters beware. The Troop is coming up next, right here on Nicktoons. The monsters have met their match. Another episode of The Troop is up next, right here on Nicktoons. Get ready for the big time. Big Time Rush is coming up next, here on Nicktoons. The guys are back for more. Another episode of Big Time Rush is coming up next, here on Nicktoons. Brace yourself for more Dragon Ball Z Kai, next on Nicktoons. Be part of the journey to save the world. Dragon Ball Z Kai is up next on Nicktoons. Brace yourself for more Dragon Ball Z Kai, next on Nicktoons. It's time to strap on your football helmet and take out some blitz bots. Rush Zone Guardians of the Core is up next, right here on Nicktoons. Want to get back in the game? Another episode of Rush Zone Guardians of the Core is up next, right here on Nicktoons. This is where heroes are made. Hero Factory is coming up next, right here on Nicktoons. Out of This World Adventure launches with Planet Sheen, next on Nicktoons. More Out of This World Adventure continues on Planet Sheen, next on Nicktoons. Every dog has his day, and this one has his own TV show. Tough Puppy is next, right here on Nicktoons. Zim is taking over the air. Clear the way for more Invader Zim coming up next, here on Nicktoons. Power Up with Power Rangers Samurai. Coming up next, right here on Nicktoons. Grab the power. More Power Rangers Samurai is coming up next on Nicktoons. Put this rock star and this nerd under the same roof, and what do you get? Hilarious brotherly love, of course. Drake and Josh is up next on Nicktoons. Get ready for more fun from two brothers from another mother. More Drake and Josh is coming up next on Nicktoons. Coming up, your everyday guide to taking on the school day. Ned's Declassified is next on Nicktoons. Get ready for another episode of Ned's Declassified. These kids' school day is even crazier than yours. Ned's Declassified is next on Nicktoons. Let's Voltron. Voltron Force is coming up next, right here on Nicktoons. Don't go anywhere. Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness is coming up next, right here on Nicktoons. Catch more dumpling-eating action with Po and the Furious Five. It's Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness coming up next on Nicktoons. Get ready for some prehistoric action. Power Rangers Dino Thunder is coming up next on Nicktoons. Get out of the way. More Power Rangers Dino Thunder is coming up next on Nicktoons. Little Goku, big power. Dragon Ball GT is coming up next, right here on Nicktoons. Don't miss the next chapter in the Avatar saga, The Legend of Korra, coming up next on Nicktoons. Don't miss the next chapter in the Avatar saga. Catch more of The Legend of Korra next on Nicktoons. Look out! Wild Grinders is rolling your way next, right here on Nicktoons. Get on your board. More Wild Grinders is coming your way next, right here on Nicktoons. Coming up next, it's the bacon-loving duo, Robot and Monster, right here on Nicktoons. These besties are causing more trouble at the factory. More Robot and Monster is coming up next on Nicktoons. Turtle Power, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is coming up next on Nicktoons. Booyakasha! More Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is coming up next, right here on Nicktoons. The aliens are here. Power Rangers Megaforce coming up next on Nicktoons. Morph into battle with more Power Rangers Megaforce coming up next on Nicktoons. Prepare to duel. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is coming up next right here on Nicktoons. Coming your way, Yu-Gi-Oh! Sexo on Nicktoons. Time to monkey up. Rocket Monkeys is coming up next on Nicktoons. These monkeys are on a mission. More Rocket Monkeys is coming up next on Nicktoons. It's time to lock and load. Monsuno Combat Chaos is coming up next on Nicktoons. Lock is ready to rock in more monster mashing. Monsuno Combat Chaos is coming up next on Nicktoons. Keep it here for some Snake Dude friendship. It's Sanjay and Craig coming up next on Nicktoons. More pranks, more talking snakes, more rad awesomeness. It's more Sanjay and Craig coming up next, right here on Nicktoons. Keep it here for some Snake Dude friendship. It's Sanjay and Craig coming up next on Nicktoons.
You can't spell awesome without Z-O. At least not the good way. Power Rangers Z-O is up next on Nicktoons. The old saying is true. Power Rangers Z-O only leads to more Power Rangers Z-O on Nicktoons. Next up, more Flower Rangers with Carnation, Clover, Chive. More Power Rangers. Operation Overdrive. Pardon me, my mind was elsewhere.
Time travelers, set your machines to now, because Digimon Fusion is up next on Nicktoons.
Take off your lame face and put on your game face. Coming up next, it's NFL Rush Zone Guardians Unleashed, only on Nicktoons. We're going into overtime. Next up on Nicktoons, more NFL Rush Zone Guardians Unleashed. to see Normal Rangers Regular Force or Power Rangers Super Mega Force? We thought so. It's next on Nicktoon. We're not afraid to use force. Power Rangers Super Mega Force, that is. More coming your way on Nicktoons.
Be part of the journey to save the world. Dragon Ball Z Kai is up next on Nicktoons.